Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into my Goody Haul report for the third week of February of 2013. Today is Friday, February 22nd, and if you've been watching any of my recent videos lately, you'll know that I've been doing quite a bit of ordering online, just getting lots of goodies through online sources. And in fact, so much that it's been dominating my video posts on the tube lately. That's not to say that I haven't found anything at retail. In fact, I have quite a bit, and we're going to go ahead and get started because there is quite a bit. First off, we have here some books that I picked up at various comic shops. I've been slacking off on the comic collecting and reading lately, and decided to catch up on some of the titles that I missed. And we're going to go ahead and start it here. It's a nice big pile of books. Let's see here. Actually, not too many titles, just titles that I missed over the past few months. And you can see here, we got some neat stuff here. We got like a bookmark for Man of Steel, and with looks like Jim Lee art on there. I got another little advertisement here, Kickstarter for Atomic Yeti. Age of Ultron, which is coming out in starting in March, a couple weeks away. And I got some advertisements of The Walking Dead, which returned a couple weeks ago. So pretty cool, or last week I should say, but pretty neat. And we have here previews of Marvel Now, of Wolverine 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy, and some other titles probably on there. Some of the books I picked up, Battle Beasts number 4, pretty cool. Yeah, Detective number 15. I don't normally collect detective, or at least lately, but I just picked this up as a nice I guess not insert, but little attachment here of the Joker. In fact, I think this covered a few of the Batman related titles, so it's kind of cool that they did this. Kind of a neat effect there. Other titles, I picked up He-Man and the Masters of the Universe number 3 and number 4, as well as number 5 and number 6. Pretty cool. I was able to pick up Injustice number 1. Pretty nice there. And also picked up the final issue of Invincible Iron Man before they went to the Marvel Now. I got Invincible Iron Man number 527. And then we have the first issue of Iron Man here as part of Marvel Now, as well as number 2. Number 3. And number 3 again, it looks like I had picked this up by accident, a duplicate from another shop. I forgot that I already had number 3 there. I picked up number 4. And number 5. As well as number 6 on here. Let me just get these books out of the way before they fall off the desk here. Other titles, picked up Justice League number 13, number 14, number 15. As you can see, I got quite a bit of reading to catch up on. And number 16. Don't mind the screams in the background, it's just Supernatural playing in the background there. Number 13 of Nightwing. Number 14. and number 15. And you got again the nice Joker motif there with a little attachment to the cover, so that's kind of cool. Number 16 of Nightwing. And we have here Suicide Squad number 14, number 15, and number 16. Pretty cool. And of course we have Winter Soldier number 12. Looks like I went with a new artist there. Number 13, number 14, and number 15, and again a different artist with Winter Soldier. And also I was able to pick up this here, Batman Chronicles. Now, I've collected Batman Chronicles since its initial release with Volume 1. And basically Batman Chronicles is a reprinting of every Batman story in order, starting with Batman or actually Detective and Batman. And they released these not trade paperbacks, but yeah, I guess you can call it trade paperback. But they released them quite often for a while. And then they stopped, at least regularly reprinting these. And the last issue I had was number 10, or volume 10. And very surprised to see volume 11. I think it's been at least a couple years since I last saw the volume 10 being released. I could be wrong, but it's been a while. And I thought they just simply stopped producing the Batman Chronicles. And was kind of bummed about it, but I saw this one just a couple weeks ago, and you can see here it's a nice reprinting of the issues. Like I said, they're the chronological releases of the Batman stories, either through Batman or Detective, which is really, really cool. I really enjoy it, and it's I'm glad they're continuing to produce the Batman Chronicles. But this is volume 11 here. Hopefully they'll be on a more regular release schedule. I'd hate to have these Batman Chronicles released every couple years because you know, there's 70 plus years of Batman stories, and if they're only going to release these Chronicles every couple years, I'll probably never live to see the almost complete run, but hopefully they'll pick up the release schedule of those Batman Chronicles. Those are all of the nice books I was able to pick up in the last couple weeks. Some other goodies I was able to find at retail. I was able to find this at a Target. And that's a Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predaking in the Voyager class, which is pretty cool. And it's pretty cool figure, but I'm still not iffy about the Beast Hunters. It's a nice looking figure, but I was never really a fan of the Beast type Transformers. I never followed it, I should say, so I never latched on to them. But this one's actually pretty interesting, and I just recently heard, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's actually true, but looks like Transformers Prime is ending with the upcoming season with the Beast Hunters, which is unfortunate. So, but I picked this one up. This was about $20 at Target, and I don't know if I'll pick up the Optimus Prime. I saw the Optimus Prime, but I still haven't picked it up. I don't know if I will or not, but this one looked pretty neat, especially with the Hydra-like head there, so it's kind of cool right there. Let's see, other Transformers stuff I was able to pick up at Toys R Us. I found these, and these are Creo Transformers of Bruticus and Devastator, which is pretty neat. Taking a look at Devastator here. Now these are, of course, the minifigures that are used to combine into Devastator, which is pretty cool. Now the minifigures also do transform, or you rebuild, I guess you could say, into their alt modes, which is cool. But they also do combine to create Devastator, or in this case here, Bruticus on there. So pretty cool, and you can see the minifigures that would comprise of Bruticus. And these were $12 at Toys R Us, I think. I can't remember, but it's pretty cool, and it looks like they have other combiners such as Superion and Predaking. So pretty cool. And I saw all 4 sets, but I only picked up Devastator and Bruticus because I think they were the coolest on there. And also at Toys R Us, I did find some new releases of the Fall of Cybertron, Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron. This one here is of Blaster, which is basically a redeco of the Soundwave Voyager release, which is pretty cool. And this was $22 at Toys R Us. Pretty cool. Even if it is a redeco, I think it actually looks pretty nice. The different head there, of course, looks a little bit bigger and more size appropriate to the figure than the Sound Wave. I thought the Sound Wave was just a tad a little smaller on the head, but this one looks like it's pretty cool. Not only did I find Blaster, but I also found Grimlock here, and which is pretty neat. And he's a Voyager class as well. And this one's actually pretty decent. I actually do like this one a little bit. And has a nice color combination of the bronze and gray and splashes of red, which is very cool. This was also $22 on here. So pretty neat Transformers Generations. Some other goodies I was able to find at Toys R Us. I did find these. These are the Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees figures from the final chapter. Now, I don't normally collect horror-themed figures. I do have a few, but it's not something I really do collect. But I saw these and I thought they were pretty neat. One of each type, and I don't. I tell you the truth. It was more of a whim pickup than anything else. But since I saw the battle damage and the regular one, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up on there. And these were actually pretty reasonable, about $12 in price. So that's kind of cool. And I was also able to find this here. Actually, quite a few of them. And these. These were earlier releases. It looks like they're re-releasing them. These are the Gears of War Locust drone, or headshot Locust drone. Basically, a COG sniper took out a Locust, and they sculpted his head here in the middle of exploding. And I remember when this first came out, I wanted to get one, but I never could find one. And I'm glad they're actually re-releasing these, or either that or Toys R Us is finding a hidden cache of all of these headshot Locust drones. Because at the Toys R Us I found these at, there were like total of 6, maybe 7 or 8 of these headshot Locust drone figure sets, which is really interesting. But what's neat is that these only cost $12, just like the Jason Voorhees figure set. So that was kind of cool, because the Gears of War 3 figures have been higher in price lately, at like $18, and it's nice to see these figures back down to their earlier prices of $12. Really cool. And of course, you can see I picked up 2 of the 8 that were there. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, at one of the comic shops, I did find this here. This is the Play Arts Kai Super Street Fighter 4 Goki or Akuma figure. And this figure set came out a while ago, and I just happened to see it at the comic shop, and decided to pick it up because I did pick up the first releases of Chun-Li and Ryu, and didn't really follow up on it until I just saw this one at the comic shop, and this one cost $54.99. And it looks pretty decent. Some folks have an issue with the head sculpt of Akuma here, but I don't mind too much. It is stylized a little bit different than what you'd expect from Akuma, but I think it's okay. It's still pretty decent. So, I'm pretty happy to pick this one up. I didn't see the other figure from this release. I think it was Cammy. Yeah, the Cammy. I didn't see it at the comic shop, only the Akuma figure, so if the Cammy was there, I would have picked that one up as well. Let's see here. Some other finds. Oh yes, found this at a used, I guess, music store, video store called Dimple Records. Basically a Series 2 bash for the Skylanders Giants, and I've been looking for this particular figure. When this figure came out, I think it was about a month or 2 ago, I thought it'd be readily available, so I passed on it. But this guy disappeared from retail shortly after it came out. I've been trying to find this guy at Targets, Walmarts, Toys R Us's, but nowhere to be found. And I'm glad I found this one at a Dimple Records. And it was only $6.99, so that's kind of cool to be able to find a Series 2 bash. So should have picked it up when it first came out, but I didn't. Some other goodies here. Went to Walmart, went through their clearance aisle, and I was able to find this at a clearance aisle. The Avengers Hawkeye, and this was clearance down to $11. This was mixed in with all of those Iron Mans that seem to be at every Walmart, but mixed in between all the Iron Mans was this Hawkeye, and for $11, there's no way you can pass that up. It's a really nice figure. I really like the figure, and picked that one up. Let's see, at Target, I did pick this up here. This is the DC Comics Unlimited Hawkman from the New 52, and this is a line that I did not think was going to be released at retail, because I've seen them on videos on the web. I thought it was going to be just a specialty type shop release or online release, because I didn't see it at retail for months. And then just recently, in the last couple weeks, it looks like they're finally hitting big box retail. So I went ahead and picked up Hawkman here, and at a pretty decent price too. I was expecting this to be about $18 if it did hit retail, but it was only $15, so it's pretty cool. And not only the DC Comics Unlimited line, they also have the Batman Unlimited line I got the Penguin here, as well as the I guess New 52 Batman. Now this particular Batman is a I guess repaint of the previous Unlimited release, and I gotta admit, this particular repaint is not too bad. It's not too shabby. I really like it. and they did a pretty good job with this particular Batman. They also did a re-release of the New 52 Superman, and that one I'm not too enthusiastic about, or it's pretty decent, but I'm not going to pick it up since I have the first release of the New 52 Superman from the previous Unlimited line. But this one I had to pick up because it is actually pretty nice. I really like the paint scheme of this Batman figure, and it is actually pretty decent. And let's see here. I do have this here. Let's see. This here is the Farscape on DVD, the Starburst edition of Season 1, basically in 3 collections here, and this is the full Season 1. And this is something I did not pick up recently. This is something I've had for quite a while, several years in fact. Let me just put this in order here. I thought these Starburst editions at the time was actually pretty neat, but I never really followed up on picking up the rest of the seasons. I don't know if it was laziness or just totally slipped my mind. But I was looking at these on the shelf, and I was like, why didn't I pick up the rest of the seasons? And I decided to make it my mission to actually complete my Farscape series. It's been far too long since I've actually had these, and I just really want to complete my season set. So I made it my mission to go out, look for these Starburst editions, and which is no easy feat, by the way, because like I said, this has been released quite a while ago, and so I've been visiting a lot of used music stores, video stores, to see if I can track down as many as I can find. And I actually did find quite a bit. I was able to find one set collection from Season 2, and I was also able to find all of Season 3, and excuse me, all of Season 4, which is pretty cool. Especially just limiting myself to the town or city where I live, to be able to find a near complete set of the Starburst edition. And it's not just the Starburst edition alone. They actually released 2 versions of the Starburst editions, and basically a more compact one where they reduced the discount from 4 to 2%. But I did see some in the slimmer 2-disc sets, but I didn't want to get it because it would just ruin the zen of the layout of the 4-disc sets that I have. So all that I'm missing is actually 2 more sets from Season 2. So I'm going to have to hunt other used media locations, stores, to be able to find it, and either that or just go online and find them. But the risks of actually ordering the incorrect Starburst edition are higher if you go online, because you really don't know if they're going to ship you the 2-disc version or the 4-disc version. So yes, I'm particular about that. I really need to have the 4-disc versions of the Starburst edition, but very happy to find the majority of the discs from this Farscape's Starburst edition set. Now, a lot of Farscapers are gonna be saying, well, you don't really have the complete Farscape sets, because even though production stopped Season 4, they did produce a follow-up to tie up the Farscape series, and that was called Peacekeeper War. So I did go ahead and buy the Farscape Peacekeeper War set. So I guess you could say it's almost complete here. It's not a Starburst edition, but it does tie up the Farscape series as a whole, you could say. So I just need 2 more sets, collection 2.2 and 2.3, and then I'll be done with my Farscape collection. So pretty neat. And by the way, a lot of these sets were not the season 1, those I've had for a while, but a lot of the sets that I did buy recently were relatively cheap. They ranged in prices from $7 to $15, and these were all used, of course. Not able to find anything sealed or new, especially sets these old. Now, while I was looking for the Farscape DVD sets, I did find a few other sets that interested me. Picked up this here, Heat. I'm a big fan of the movie. It's one of my favorite crime dramas and from one of my favorite directors. And I had a previous version of Heat, but not the 2-disc special edition set. This I saw for only $3.99 at Dimple Records, which is where I found the majority of the Farscape series sets. But very happy to get this 2-disc special edition version of Heat for really $3, $4. You really can't pass on that. And my battery is running out, and looks like the space on my card is running out as well. So I'll be right back while I change out both of these things here. Alright, we're back. I'm sorry about that. But some other I guess shows and movies I was able to pick up while looking for Farscape. I did see this, $6 Million Man first season on DVD, and I really had to pick this up. I guess out of nostalgia for the series, and this looks like 1999 from Dimple Records, and this first season was basically a shortened first season with some pilot movies. Actually, I think there were 2 or 3 pilot movies before they actually released the series. And there were only 13 episodes in the first season. And I guess that's why it's a little bit cheaper here. But looks like they're releasing the $6 Million Man on DVD. I've seen seasons 2 and 3 just came out, and I'll be picking those up pretty soon. I want to at least watch this one first before actually picking up the other 2 recently released seasons. But got that, and I also picked up this one here. Sin City, and I was actually watching a broadcast, I think it was on the FX channel just recently. Was it last week or earlier this week? And I was surprised that I forgot how good this movie is, and I was surprised at how much they were able to show on the FX channel. Of course, they had to censor some of the language, and of course a certain what's her name? Carla Gugino, or I can't remember her name. But yeah, certain scenes that featured her in it. But surprised that they were actually to keep intact a lot of the violence in this particular movie. And when I was looking at the various used music and movie stores, I happened to see this particular release of Sin City. I had the original basic movie release version of Sin City, but I wasn't aware that there was a recut, extended, and unrated version of Sin City. And I believe this version contains also a one of the books by Frank Miller in the Sin City series. I don't know which book it is. I'll have to open up and find out. But this one here cost only $14.99. This is pre-owned, by the way. Just looks like it was re-shrink wrapped. But look forward to actually seeing this again, because I really loved that movie version of Sin City. Now, the next set of discs I was able to pick up, I'm going to blame squarely on my good friend Gerhawk. I was watching his videos on the Doctor Who series. Hopefully you'll get those other figures out pretty soon, Gerhawk. By the way, hang loose. And it just brought back nostalgia of all of the Doctor Who episodes that I watched growing up on PBS back in the 80s. And I happened to have seen a couple of video releases of Doctor Who while I was going through those used movie stores. And with that, and also Gerhawk, I'm gonna blame, I was able to pick up a few Doctor Who titles. And I'm thinking I might be picking up a whole lot more. First up, I saw this at a Fry's Electronics. This is Doctor Who: The Key to Time. Now, if you're not familiar with Doctor Who, or at least the video releases of Doctor Who, they've grouped the releases by story numbers, which is basically story arcs containing either 2 to 4 episodes per story, or even more. And this particular release, Key to Time, is actually a span of an entire season. And the story continuity was pretty much one after the other on these stories. You can see here, this particular set contains stories 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, and 103, which spanned an entire season, and which is pretty cool. There are probably like 3 or 4 episodes in one story, 3 or 4 in another, because most of the stories in the classic Doctor Who were about half an hour each, close to half an hour each, and these stories are ranging around the 100-minute mark. So these were basically 4-part stories. On here you could see 30, about close to 4-part, 3 or 4 parts to each of these stories. But this particular edition of Doctor Who spans, like I said, 1 full season of Doctor Who, and you can see it has Romana in here. And I grew up actually watching the second version of Romana, played by Lalla Ward, and this one I think is prior to that, from what I remember watching. So it'll be interesting to watch this series. Other Doctor Who sets, pick up this one here. This one is only $6.99 at Fry's Electronics. This is story number 77, and this is shortly after the 4th Doctor's, or I should say the regeneration into the 4th Doctor, and one of the earlier Tom Baker episodes. I picked up this one here. This one is the first full story with Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor. Pretty cool. This one cost $20. I found this one at a Barnes and Noble's bookstore, and picked up this one here, Planet of the Spiders, and this was the 3rd Doctor's final story before he regenerated into the 4th Doctor. So I had to pick that one up, and this is story 74, and you can see that one was story 75. And I picked this one up at a Dimple Records. This is the 3rd Doctor, for only $7.99. This one's story number 66. And this particular story, I'm looking here, was, let's see here, about 98 minutes, so about 3 or 4 episodes worth there. So pretty cool. And I was able to find this one, Doctor Who: The Beginning. Now this is the very first Doctor Who, the 1st Doctor here. Stories you could see 1, 2, and 3. I remember Gerhawk mentioning an unearthly child being the first story, and I happened to see this particular, you can see 2 discs set there, or 2 or 3 discs set. I think it's 3 discs total. But pretty cool to get the first stories of the first Doctor. Now, I know there's a lot of lost footage, especially of the first and second Doctors, and I don't know if some of the third Doctors were lost, episodes of the third Doctor were lost, but I know that a lot of the first and second Doctor Who episodes were lost because they were overwritten on the videotape that they were shot on, which is unfortunate. But it's still nice to have these, especially these first 3 stories from the first Doctor here. So those are just some of the discs for movies and shows I was able to pick up. Some other neat items. I picked this up over at a Target. This is G.I. Joe Retaliation of Joe Colton. This is part of the newer releases of the G.I. Joes in anticipation of the live-action second G.I. Joe movie. And I don't plan to pick up any more of the G.I. Joes. The interest for 4-inch Joes for me is really waned. Yeah, but I had to pick this one up, of course, of Joe Colton being the original G.I. Joe. And not to mention Bruce Willis. It's not often you get a figure of Bruce Willis, and or the likeness of Bruce Willis. The likeness is, yeah, it's okay. But still, it's still a likeness of Bruce Willis. It'd be pretty interesting to see if people pop off the heads of these and create their a custom John McClane figure. But anyways, picked that one up just for Joe Colton and the Bruce Willis likeness here. And these figures are selling for $10 at Target. And also at Target I was able to find this here, a Sideswipe figure from the Fall of Cybertron series. And this one was $15. I didn't have this one, and I saw it at Target and picked it up. And this is a redeco of the Jazz mold, and it looks still pretty nice. They changed a little bit here and there, especially for the alt mode of the vehicle there. It looks very much different from the Jazz version, but still pretty neat, and nice big honking gun there to go with Sideswipe there. And at a GameStop, I was able to find a couple of several neat items, and we'll go over these a little bit. Very surprised to see these. I didn't expect to see these so soon, but some Walking Dead Series 3 figures, the McFarlane figures, and like I said, I wasn't expecting to see these for at least another month. It seemed just like yesterday when they released Series 2. But it looks like Series 3 is starting to come out, so check your GameStops first. I haven't seen it anywhere else other than GameStop. Yesterday, actually, I just got this yesterday. Of Michonne, and this is the television series, not the comic versions of the Walking Dead figures. And this Michonne is actually very good in the likeness and the sculpt. I really like this Michonne figure, and it's a very neat. And I'm very happy. Also, looking at the articulation of the figure, it looks like it's a lot better than the previous releases of the Walking Dead figures. And I was not only able to find Michonne, but I was also able to find her pets, Walker Mike and Walker Terry, which is really cool. And by the way, these were $12.99 each, and very happy to get her pets. At least that's what they're calling it. You got Pet 1 and Pet 2. But if you know anything about these pets, they're really, one of them was I should say, Michonne's boyfriend, and the other one was the boyfriend's best friend. Unfortunately, they succumbed to the quote sickness, and you could tell that she used them to be able to get past walkers, or to mingle in with walkers, you can say. But very cool, especially to have the TV versions of these pets and Michonne. They're really, really nice. Now, finally, I was, for the last half year, without a decent PC. My PC crashed around the spring, summer of 2012. And if you've watched my recent unboxing videos, you'll know that I finally found a decent replacement in the form of a laptop. But in that time, I was not able to play any of the games that I like to play on my computer, just because the backup computer that I had was just really old and not able to play them. And my computer crashed right around the time of the release of one of the computer games that I was really looking forward to, and it was Guild Wars 2. And with a down computer and not being able to play any games with the backup computer, I was really bummed about it, especially with the release of Guild Wars 2. And unfortunately, I didn't buy the game because, well, I didn't have a computer able to play it. So, but with my laptop, my new laptop, I'm able again once more to be able to play some of the more recent released games. And so I started looking again to see if I can track down Guild Wars 2. And fortunately, I was able to find Guild Wars 2, but not just the regular release of Guild Wars 2. I was able to find this guy here, which is pretty damn cool. This here is a nice big set, and I'll be doing a video of this, by the way. This is the Guild Wars 2 Collector's Edition, which was very, very surprising. You can see that's a nice statue of a Char there. Very cool. Guild Wars 2 Collector's Edition. This is a big-ass package. A lot bigger than I thought it was. But I actually saw this set back in November. This... I couldn't buy it because at the time I didn't have a computer to play the game, but it was also a bit expensive. It's about $150. But seeing this back in November was already rare enough, because collector's editions of games, especially of cool games, and they don't last very long at retail. And this game came out in end of August of 2012, so it was very surprising to see it in November, at least November. And I did see one at a GameStop, and but I didn't buy it because, for one, it was a little expensive at the time, and like I said, I didn't have a computer. And so I told myself, once I got a computer to play it, if this set was still there, I'd go ahead and buy it. But around December, I didn't see it at the GameStop anymore, so I thought somebody had purchased this set. But just recently, after I got my laptop, I went back to that GameStop really looking for something else, and I happened to see this set, and it looks like this set was just moved within their store. It was not in the same shelf location. They just moved it to the other side of the store, and I didn't notice it until I saw it when I was looking for Skylander stuff. And very happy to get this set. And it was still $150, but this time it was worth buying. And I went ahead and quickly bought this figure set, and I'm very happy to get it. And just very fortunate, especially it's now almost the end of February, to see this set still hanging around at the stores. I'm very, very happy. But I'm going to be shooting a video of this pretty soon and installing the game so I can go ahead and play it. But this is my casual peek into my Goody Haul report for the third week of February of 2013. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.